the difference between successful people and non-successful people is here. If you want to be successful, you have to change this. What makes it hard is your lack of belief that it can happen for you. The fact of it is, though, it's very doable. But you got to change, though. If you keep doing what you've been doing, you're going to keep getting what you've been getting. So if you're at a place in your life and you ain't happy with it, you have to change some things.
One of the most effortless endeavors I've undertaken in life involved shedding the confining labels that society placed upon me, enabling me to embrace the life I genuinely desired. Conversely, the most formidable challenge I've ever confronted was nurturing the belief that I possessed the ability to actualize my aspirations. This is a journey of internal exploration, one that necessitates a daily communion with suffering. It may seem paradoxical, but within the folds of our suffering lies the key to unlocking the answer to life's myriad questions. Our existence is akin to an intricate lifelong examination, and the solutions we seek are nestled within it. The path forward need not be eternally entrenched in suffering, pain, or failure. Instead, we must learn to approach it as a necessary visitation, similar to how many people approach their daily workout routines. Consider the idea of physical fitness. You might dedicate an hour each day to working out, leaving the remaining 23 hours to be free from the exertion. And yet, it is through these daily visits to the gym, to the process of suffering, that you sculpt and strengthen your body. In the same vein, you must allot an hour a day to visit your past failures, your moments of suffering, and your relationship with them. The answers you seek are nestled within these experiences, waiting to be unearthed. This practice could be likened to conducting a live autopsy of your life, dissecting your experiences and delving into your own psyche while you are still alive. Think about how we only determine the cause of death by opening a person up after they have passed away. Why not apply a similar principle to your own life? Why wait until you've ceased to exist to understand why you lived the way you did? Dive into the depths of your suffering, your pain, and your past failures. Explore why these experiences have been so challenging, why they have instilled fear, or why they have caused you to withdraw from the world. The answers you seek are nestled within the scars, and by dedicating at least an hour a day to this introspection, you will gain a deeper understanding of yourself, your past, and your potential for growth. It's essential to recognize that this isn't an endorsement of living in a perpetual state of suffering. Instead, it's a call to acknowledge suffering as a teacher and a source of wisdom. Just as you don't have to spend every moment of the day working out to stay in shape, you don't need to live in constant agony. What is required is a deliberate and regular visitation to these aspects of your life to glean the valuable lessons they hold.
Your brain is the most powerful weapon in the world. And your brain is talking to you in all kinds of ways. And it wants to control you and pull you in these different pockets. If you can't control your own brain and your brain controls you, you're fucked. You got to tell your brain where you want to go and how you want to go and how you want to get there. You got to control it. If not, it's over.
In my own journey, I recognized the power of delving into my mind, understanding why I felt weak, and confronting the experiences and traumas that had shaped me. I didn't run away from my own mind, but rather I dove headfirst into it, seeking the root of my fears and insecurities. I had a realization that my past had been a relentless crucible that had battered me into submission, causing my apprehensions. With methodical precision, I revisited every person and situation within my mind one by one in order to understand and confront them. This process enabled me to grow and become mentally resilient. Living in a culture that often seeks to undermine your self-esteem and belief in yourself can be an overwhelming challenge. To prevail in such an environment, you must discover methods to connect with the internal reservoir of strength that lies within. This inner strength is what will equip you to confront your circumstances, to transcend the labels and limitations imposed upon you, and to ultimately thrive in a world that may have initially appeared determined to suppress your sense of self. The crux of this journey is to maintain an ongoing, unceasing quest to uncover the depths of your own truth. It's about relentlessly battling to unearth paths that liberate you from the internal monologue, the repository of every poignant, painful moment that seems to lurk beneath the surface. Every attempt to sweep those memories under the rug becomes a test of your will. Yet, if you dare to lift that rug, you'll discover them undeniable and inescapable. Never forget the pursuit of forgetting is where you falter. In striving to obliterate those memories, you stagnate. Growth eludes you. Progress lies in revisiting, in revising, and re-evaluating. As I speak these words, as I journey back into the recesses of my own experiences, I am acutely aware of the temptation to shy away from confronting my past, for the mind, that wily guardian of our deepest fears and insecurities, always seeks the path of least resistance. The mind, you see, possesses an inherent tactical advantage over you. It's privy to your vulnerabilities. It knows your scars and it operates to shield you from further harm. Yet, this very act of protection often arrests your personal growth. The mind can be a remarkable ally, but it can also dominate you if you don't wrest control from its grasp. That is the essence of the 40% rule. It underscores how your brain's protective mechanisms can deter you from pushing your limits and discovering your true potential. It tells you not to leap from an airplane, to steer clear of shark-infested waters, to avoid the places where your darkest memories were forged. The brain's intentions are noble, but they can stifle your growth. Thus, the mind, wondrous as it is, must be managed by you, and not the other way around. You must assert your authority over your own thoughts, for your mind will otherwise lure you into the comfortable, familiar terrain it desires.
If you're telling yourself, no, I'm not happy where you're at, then I'm going to tell you that's actually a lie. You are comfortable. You are comfortable. Because if you weren't comfortable, then it would drive you. The discipline would show up. What I just said, if you tell yourself the truth, then you'll find discipline. The framework of discipline is the truth.
Life, without a doubt, will batter you in myriad ways. The negative thoughts, the crippling self-doubt, they never truly fade away. They resurface when you seize your vigilance over your mental landscape. But there are numerous methods to escape the labyrinth of your thoughts, to allow your body to operate as a mere machine. Imagine ascending the peak of a mental mountain, gazing down upon the tumultuous terrain of your existence. From this elevated perspective, you can witness an entirely different world, one of astonishing beauty hidden within the hardships. But to reach this vantage point, you must first extricate yourself from the mire, spiritually ascend above the fray, and observe your own struggles from a place of awe. Life is a relentless journey and the challenges are ever present. Yet, by maintaining a different perspective, you can derive beauty even from the harshest moments. Climb that mental mountain, peer down at your own path, and marvel at the journey you've undertaken and the remarkable distance you've traveled from where you once began.